How to profit from inflation, the secret to growing your money. When you think of the word inflation, it probably conjures up images of rising prices for goods and services. But what many people don't know is that there are ways to profit from inflation. In fact, inflation can be a great opportunity for savvy investors who know how to take advantage of it. If you have your financial future in mind and want to grow your money during times of rising prices, then learning how to profit from inflation is critical. In this video, we will explain what inflation is, why it happens, and how you can use the principles of inflation to grow your money. What is inflation? Inflation is a general increase in prices. There are two types of inflation to be aware of: consumer inflation and debt inflation. Consumer inflation is when the prices of goods and services go up. Debt inflation is when the amount of money in circulation goes up. When it comes to investing, we primarily focus on debt inflation, which is primarily caused by the government. Let's look at an example to see how this works. Let's say you have an annual salary of $50,000 and you spend $10,000 on food. If there is no inflation, that means that your purchasing power is $50,000 to $10,000 equals 5 pence. Now let's say the government decides to print $50 million and use that money to buy food and other goods and services. That $50 million will go to the food suppliers and they will see a huge jump in their profits. They will then go out and spend that money, and the people they buy from will also see a jump in profits. This money goes all around the economy, and all of a sudden, the food suppliers have $50 million. Because there is more money in circulation, the purchasing power of each individual dollar is less. Why does inflation happen? The government has to decide how much money is in circulation and what to do with interest rates. But these are not easy decisions. Too much money in circulation can fuel inflation, and too little can lead to a recession. If a government decides to print money, it is usually done as a way to stimulate the economy during a recession. When this happens, it usually goes to banks and financial institutions. Banks then loan this money out to companies and individuals to purchase things like houses and cars. This money eventually goes back into the economy through the people who buy houses and cars. Another way inflation happens is through rising interest rates. When interest rates increase, people see their mortgage rates rise too. People then have to pay more money each month to keep their home. This can cause people to spend less on other things. This decrease in spending leads to lower prices in the economy. What are the benefits of inflation for investors? There are many benefits to investing during times of inflation. Inflation is a general increase in the price of goods and services, so it is important to remember that not all prices go up. The prices of goods and services that are produced in the country go up, but the prices of goods and services that are imported from other countries go down. Inflation is not a bad thing, and it actually has numerous benefits for investors. Interest rates are likely to rise. When inflation rises, interest rates follow suit. This is because lenders usually tie the interest rate to inflation. This is why you should pay attention to the Consumer Price Index, or CPI, and the interest rate. As CPI increases, it is likely that the interest rate will increase too. This has a positive effect on investors because higher interest rates mean that they earn more on their investments. Stocks tend to rise when inflation is high. When inflation is higher, the demand for stocks increases because the return on stocks is greater. This is because companies are able to increase their prices without losing customers. For example, if the price of a product is $100 and the cost of producing that product is $90, the company can make $10 in profit. If the company raises the price to $110 because of inflation, they are still making $10 in profit. How to profit from inflation: 7 steps. There are several ways to profit from inflation. They include: choose stocks over bonds. When you have money to invest, stocks are usually a better option than bonds. When the government increases the amount of money in circulation, it causes bonds to decrease in value. Stocks, on the other hand, tend to increase in value when the amount of money in circulation increases. Hold a diverse portfolio of stocks and bonds to balance out the risk of investing in only one type of asset. This will help protect you from losses. Although stocks provide a higher return than bonds, they also come with a higher risk. Invest in real estate. You can invest in real estate by buying properties outright or by investing in REITs, real estate investment trusts. You'll need a large amount of capital to buy real estate outright, but REITs are easier to invest in. Invest in commodities. You can invest in commodities like gold or silver. These commodities tend to rise in value during times of inflation. They are also considered safe investments because they are rare commodities that are unlikely to be used in large quantities. Invest in other countries. If you want to profit from inflation, you should look for investments in other countries where inflation is higher than in the United States. Although this is a risky move, it can pay off big time. Inflation is generally a bad thing, but it can actually be a great opportunity for savvy investors who know how to take advantage of it. If you have your financial future in mind and want to grow your money during times of rising prices, then learning how to profit from inflation is critical. In this article, we discussed what inflation is, why it happens, and how you can use the principles of inflation to grow your money. By following these tips, you can make sure you are prepared for any type of economic situation. If you enjoyed this video and got value from it, hit that subscribe button for more videos like this. Comment below if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.